Hello you lot, this is KeefCooks, I'm Keef, and today I'm going to do something very close to my heart because it's a pie. I'm going to make a bone marrow, beef and mushroom pie, which is somewhat similar to a Desperate Dan cow pie. So there's two reasons for doing this. One is that a couple of months before Christmas I made a cowboy pie, and a lot of people confused it with the legendary, to a Brit, Desperate Dan cow pie, and I've had it in my head to make one of those ever since. The problem is it requires horns to stick out, so I don't think that's a great look for 2021. Also, you just can't get them unless you liberate them from a beast eat yourself. The other thing is that for Christmas I was given this magnificent book, The Pie Room by Calum Franklin. So I thought I was obsessed with pies, but this guy just goes 10 steps beyond, and he's got some amazing things in here, one of which is this venison and bone marrow and suet pie. Yeah, based on that, but I'm not doing it with venison because I can't get it. I'm doing it with beef. Okay, so if you enjoy this video, give it a like, share, subscribe, etc. And let's get on with it. Beef, mushroom, bone marrow, suet pie. Okay, I'm going to make the filling first because that takes ages. So you will need some beef. This is 700 grams of beef skirt, which is from the underside of the beast, next door to the flank. It's not exactly the same as the flank. 150 grams of mushrooms, a little bit past their best, a medium onion, half a litre of beef stock, a glass of red wine, 3 marrowbones and a spare one, which I'll chuck in the stew because that would be lovely. A little bit of flat leaf parsley, a couple of bay leaves, that many whole black peppercorns, and a couple of big fat juicy cloves of garlic. So basically you've got 3 main methods that you can use to cook this. You can stick it in a crock pot slow cooker for like 8 hours. You can do it in a stovetop saucepan, which will take at least 3.5 hours, or you can do it in a pressure cooker and then finish it off. So pressure cooker for 30 minutes and then maybe another 30 minutes to finish it off. So that's the method I'm doing because short of time as always. Alright, let's get going. So I peeled and chopped the onions. Now I'm going to heat some oil in a big frying pan. We'll just let those cook gently for about 5 minutes. Well, to soften them, to brown them a bit is okay as well. I want to chop the beef into cubes, not too big. Now get yourself some plain all-purpose flour in a bowl and a teaspoon of salt, mix those together, and then pop the cubes of beef in and just whiz them around to get them coated all over. And actually I'm going to add a teaspoon of English mustard powder to that, just to give it a bit of zing. And now we can add the cubes of beef to the pan, just shake off the excess flour. So you need to stir it around, get it browned all over, and then transfer it to whatever you're going to really cook it in. So in my case, new pressure cooker. Okay, so that was the first batch. I'll just do the second batch while you're not looking. Okay, I crushed the garlic and threw it in with the second batch of sautéed beef. So that's in the pressure cooker now, thank you. So chuck your stock in. And the vino. And finally chop the parsley. And then the bay leaves and the peppercorns. That's boiling now, so I'm going to put this spare marrowbone in there and then pop the lid on. I'm just prepping the mushrooms, so I've given them all a bit of a rinse, and then I'm taking the stems off and chop the top bit in half if it's big enough. If it's too small, just keep it intact. Okay, the meat's been cooking for 30 minutes and I'm waiting for the pressure to come down. So in the meantime, I'll make two confessions. One, I forgot to soak my marrowbones. You're supposed to soak them for 12 to 24 hours in salted water, basically to get the blood out, apparently. So completely forgot to do that. So we've been soaking for about an hour, and you know, well, we'll see. It won't be the end of the world. The other confession, well, ever since I started this channel and started doing pies, I've insisted that a pie needs pastry top and bottom. Okay, this one doesn't. It only has a pastry crust. Sorry. To make the suet pastry, you need 200 grams of self-raising flour, 100 grams of suet, and about 150 ml of water, and a teaspoon of salt. I use so much of this, it's unbelievable. I always get people saying, I can't get that in my country, and I don't know why, but what you can do, if you can't get this, you can use butter, freeze it, grate it, and then toss it in flour so that you get pellets or something like that. That's a reasonable approximation. So there we go. Right. Alright, salt and suet and mixy. And suet is it's kind of hard fat that you get from around the organs of the beast. I used to get kidneys from the market in Madrid that were encased in the suet, and the butcher always wanted to remove the kidneys and throw the suet away. I always didn't want him to do that. Add the water a bit at a time, mix it in until the dough comes together in a ball. There we go, like that. And then just wrap it in cling film and stick it in the fridge to rest for, well, at least half an hour, but you know, basically till we're ready for it. Now I'm just going to finish off the filling, so I want to get the cooked meat into a frying pan. Get the marrowbone out. Actually, get the marrow out of the marrowbone, because that's the best bit. We'll pop the mushrooms in. Just let that cook and let the liquid reduce and thicken somewhat. Just a little taste. Nice. Now I'm going to assemble a pie, but I'm not sure that this is big enough, in which case we'll have to use a bigger one. Right, and then we'll surround it with the filling. Well, I shouldn't have worried about that at all. That's all the meat and mushroom, and just a bit of gravy left, so that's fine. Now the next thing is get the lid on. This could be a challenge. Now you want to get your oven preheated to 180 Celsius for a fan oven and convection oven. That's 200 for a normal one, and that's gas 6. Bit of flour on your worktop and on your rolly pin, and grab your dough. Right, I need to get that on there. I don't quite know how I'm going to do it, but you know, we work things out. There we go. Easy peasy. So I've just glazed the top with egg wash, which is an egg beaten with a splash of milk. I've just sprinkled some sage on the top, just to make it look interesting. It's never going to look beautiful, but it doesn't half look dramatic, this thing. Okay, in the oven 50 minutes, and I'll turn it around halfway through so I get even colouring, in theory. Oh yes. That looks pretty good to me. And now, it's taster time with Mrs. KeefCooks. I think he's a bit hungry.
Just a bit.
Oh.
Ooh, I say. Cowheel pie.
Yeah, that's yours.
Okay. So is that edible as well?
Yeah.
Actually, I think it's all gone down inside, isn't it?
Yeah, this is the wonderful thing. It's pure fat.
Time was when marrowbone jelly was something I associated with a particular
Dog food.
brand of dog food. Yeah.
Does it win a lot?
I think it might have been. Yeah.
Those dogs don't know how lucky they were.
Well, when we get our dog, oh yeah, oh that is so cooked. I do like a good chunky steak pie. And we were like Jack Sprat, but in our case, you'd eat all the filling and I'd eat all the pastry. I love your pastry. No, this is lovely.
It is very nice. It's incredibly hard around the edge where it.
Rusk.
Yeah, kind of.
No.
Oh. No, it's from the middle. This is fine.
No, I'm just oh. Anyway. This is purely for research purposes. Ruining his photograph. You're right.
Okay. Alright. Try it. Fantastic. Even though it's not a real pie. Thank you for watching. Can you be quiet? And see you next time.